We can make do.
I think it's,
Testimony or not to give is truthful to the best of your knowledge, or something along those
I'm
lines.
going to go with that.
You know, I read that when you were young. Yeah, I always say it here.
That's all right. This is a bug.
Looking for the spring.
that's what he said.
Call the Monday, December 2nd, 2019 Board of Zoning Appeals regular meeting to order at 5:02. Roll call, please.
Mr. Lemon.
Here.
Mr. Schleicher.
Here.
Mr. Hubbard.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Hayes.
Here.
Has everyone had a chance to approve or to review the minutes of October 7th? Are there any additions or changes?
Move to approve.
Second.
You were not here.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second.
Mr. Hayes.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Abstain.
Mr. Schleicher.
Yes?
Mr. Lemon.
Yes.
Okay, there's no old business tonight, so we'll get right into new business. Before we do, anyone that's going to speak tonight, if you would please stand and raise your right hand, I'll swear you in. Anyone else going to speak? Is anyone going to say anything tonight? Just doesn't cost you anything, it's not painful. Two people. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge? All right, thank you. How'd I do?
Excellent.
I think that's actually.
Is that it?
I think that's actually it.
Okay. So our first item of new business, exception for an addition to a legal non-conforming dwelling for the property located at 5818 Whiteford Road, parcel number 78-56504, Sylvania Township Zoning Regulations, Section 2603. We have the staff report, Darrell.
The subject property is a legal, non-conforming lot of record zoned RA suburban residential. All surrounding properties are also zoned RA and occupied by single-family dwellings. Section 2603 of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution requires that a non-conforming building or structure shall not be enlarged, extended, altered, or moved without approval by the Board of Zoning Appeals. The existing dwelling on the site was constructed in 1949, 7 years prior to the enactment of zoning in Sylvania Township in December 1956, and originally measured 576 square feet. A 300 square foot detached garage was constructed on the property in 1953. In 1967, a zoning certificate was issued for the construction of a 140 square foot addition to the dwelling. Staff could find no evidence that this was reviewed by the BZA. The current owner and applicant is requesting an exception from the BZA in order to construct a 50-foot by 50-foot, 2,500 square feet, addition onto the rear of the existing dwelling. The applicant intends to demolish the existing detached garage and a portion of the existing dwelling. The front portion of the dwelling will remain. This front of the dwelling is approximately 50 feet from the center line of Whiteford Road. Section 2222 of the zoning resolution currently mandates a 75-foot setback from center line for any structure fronting onto Whiteford. Additionally, the dwelling is sited only 5 feet from the left side, north lot line. Section 703 requires a minimum 10-foot side setback for an RA zone lot. Approval of the requested exception will include the allowance of the existing encroachment of the original non-conforming dwelling into the front and side setbacks. The proposed addition meets the setback requirements and all other standards of the zoning resolution for an RA zone parcel. If it not for the non-conforming status of the lot, there would be no barrier to the applicant receiving a zoning certificate for the proposed addition. Currently, there exist multiple zoning violations on the subject lot. These consist of trash and debris as well as junk/disabled vehicles. Staff recommends approval with condition of the requested exception for an addition to a legal non-conforming dwelling within an A4 zone district for the property located at 5818 Whiteford Road, parcel number 7856504, for the following three reasons. One, the structure is pre-existing and legal non-conforming. No new principal structures may be constructed within any setbacks. Two, approval of this variance should not present a negative impact upon the public good or neighboring properties or impair the visibility or safety of the traveling public. Three, approval of this variance should not alter the intent of the Sylvania Township zoning resolution. Staff further recommends the Board of Zoning Appeals place as condition of approval of the requested exception the following requirement. The property at 5818 Whiteford Road, parcel number 7856504, shall be free of any zoning violations, including debris, trash, junk/disabled vehicles, or excessive growth of grass, weeds, or noxious vegetation prior to the issuance of any zoning certificate for the property.
Thank you, Darrell. You have questions of Darrell?
Darrell, did the property recently change ownership? Do we know?
The applicant purchased the property in...
February 16th.
Okay. So the zoning violations that you're stating are with the current owner?
I believe they were with the previous owner and carried over,
Okay.
but I'm not positive of that.
Anyone else? Would the applicant like to step forward and you would state your name in the microphone and then you can also, and your address, and then write it down on that sheet for me, please.
My address?
Yeah, your name and address, and then state it for the record as well.
My name is Adnan Abu Hamad. I'm not the property owner of 5818 Whiteford Road. And what my intention is, I bought this property probably not even 3 years ago. It was for somebody passed away, it looks like, and I got it from the state. The property was in very bad shape. I took a lot of junk, and that person, I think he used it for gambling, and I find all kind of old records and music, and he used to be a mason guy, and I still cleaning up some of the stuff. I took down about 9-10 trees from the road with the stump, so this way I can clean up the debris and whatever, a lot of junk it was collected over the years. And because I'm working and I'm doing this part-time, so trying to keep up with the property in the same time. I know what I need to do. My intention is, my kids, they go to TIA, and I live way down by the zoo, so it'll be closer for me right here to make the house livable, so this way I can move in it.
You would be living in the house?
Yes, sir. So that's my whole intention, is just to fix that and to get closer to where my kids, they go to school, and just basically to have a nice property, nice house, and that's just anybody would, for him and his kids and his wife, a house. And that's what my intention.
Would you have a builder construct a house for you, or?
I have a friend of mine, they are construction builder, and they will help me, and I will do my share. I have a couple of teenagers, so you know how rough it is to, as far as the source, and hopefully I'm thinking about before by the summer I will be done with the house, hopefully. That's what I'm thinking.
Hand those pictures to him. So I'm going to have Commissioner Hayes show you these pictures. Then just, the question is this representative of the current state of the property, or are these pictures dated?
Our zoning compliance officer took those photos the week before last.
Right.
The three smaller ones are from Google Earth. I believe they were 2018, but the larger ones were taken by the zoning department, not even 2 weeks ago.
These large ones right here.
So those were taken 2 weeks ago. My question is, has anything changed to the
Oh, yes,
positive?
all this is debris is gone. All this debris, basically, Saturday I moved like 3-4 loads of junk and debris and trash, and I'm getting everything out of there, so this way, starting for the new construction. And these vehicles, I'm gonna move them, hopefully within a couple of weeks or so. So I'm gonna, and the fence and everything else is gonna be just look normal house for anybody will pass by. Will see organized and clean yard and nice driveway. I will have, that's the reason I bought this property. Just because it's closer to where my kids, they go to school here, but all this is gonna be changed. If you notice, previous pictures before, last April, I believe, this past April, I moved about 9 or 10 trees.
Okay.
And they were very huge trees, and include the stumps. And
Okay, you can hand those back. So we'll make these pictures part of the record?
As well as the email from a neighbor.
Yeah, I'll read that. Any other questions of the applicant?
So once, you had mentioned, once you get started on the house, you're gonna keep rolling, so.
of course, yes, I'm not gonna,
Just curious, so it
Yes.
doesn't turn, we don't get one
No,
thing
no,
cleaned
no,
up
no,
and then
no.
you have a partially constructed
I will.
over 2-3 years.
No, I don't want that. I mean, I had an option to fix what I had and then to live there and then do the addition, but I said, that's not gonna be a good idea, so might as well just do the good new construction while everything's out of the way. I don't wanna have, when everything is empty, it'll go quicker and faster.
Okay. Anyone else in the audience like to speak on this matter? Okay, you're free to sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we did receive an email from Don Winnell. He is at 5808 Whiteford Road, so this is the adjacent property to the south. About the zoning change at 518 Whiteford, I see no objection whatsoever with it, and it should improve the appearance of the neighborhood. The applicant has discussed this with me, so we had that to add to the record as well. Okay, any other discussion? Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make it. I'll make a motion for exception for an addition to a legal non-conforming dwelling for the property located at 5818 Whiteford Road, parcel number 78-56504, Sylvania Township zoning resolution section 2603, with the condition that the property at 5818 Whiteford Road shall be free of any zoning violations, including debris, trash, junk, disabled vehicles, or excessive growth of grass, weeds, or noxious vegetation prior to the issuance of any zoning certificate for the property.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second?
Okay, Mr. Lamont?
Yes.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes?
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. So you'll receive written notice within 30 days, but recognize that you have to keep it free of violations. Okay?
Yes.
All right, appreciate your improvements to the property.
Right now, I'm gonna just,
You're going to work right now on it, aren't you?
Make a big flashlight.
I have been, it has been, I mean, it's, I had a couple of businesses in Glendale and the trail by the Wixie Bakery and like a Middle Eastern market I had.
when the economy went down, you know, you lose everything and then you try to get back
That's right.
on your feet, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a variance request for the removal of excavated soil from the principal lot to an off-site location for the property located at 3608 Herr Road, parcel number 78-29194, Savina Township zoning resolution, section 2217-J. Have the report, Darrell?
The applicant is requesting a variance from section 2217J of the Savina Township zoning resolution. This subsection addresses the removal of soil from the construction of a private pond and states, "All excavated soil shall remain on the same lot as the pond unless provisions are met in Article 2215 mineral extraction." The 15-acre subject lot was originally a larger 40-acre parcel with one single-family dwelling on the premises. In 2016, the applicant purchased the parcel and had it split into 6 lots. The applicant retained the largest parcel for himself and had the existing dwelling demolished with the intent to construct a new single-family dwelling on the lot. 4 of the 5 new parcels are to be sold for the development of large lot single-family dwellings. One of the lots, 3730 Herr Road, parcel 782939, was purchased in July 2019 for the site of a new place of religious worship. The Board of Zoning Appeals approved a conditional use for a semi-public use, i.e. church, on this parcel in May 2019. The applicant is requesting this variance in order to construct a new pond on the subject lot at 3608 Herr Road and remove the soil from that construction to the site of the new church at 3730 Herr Road. The extracted soil would then be used to enhance the elevation of the building site for the new church. Staff recommends approval of the requested variance from section 2217J requiring excavated soil shall remain on the same lot as the pond for the property at 3608 Herr Road, parcel number 7829194, for the following 4 reasons. 1, the applicant is not operating a commercial extraction business. 2, until 3 years ago, the subject lot and the church site were part of the same parcel. Had the pond been constructed at that time, no variance would be required. 3, approval of this variance should not present a negative impact upon the public good or neighboring properties or impair the visibility/safety of the traveling public. And 4, approval of this variance should not alter the intent of the Savina Township zoning resolution.
Thank you, Darrell. Do we have a plan that shows where the pond's going to be located?
I do not, but an agent for the applicant is here, and he knows where it's going to be located.
Fernando Camargo with Fellow Finch Associates, 1683 Woodlands Drive, Miami, Ohio, representing the property owner. So the pond's going to be immediately behind the house to the east. A little far, but it's going to be right around there. About 20 to 50, I think it's around 50 feet east of the house, the future house. Can you zoom in a little?
So the house will be up where the barn is currently?
It's going to be just east of that.
Just east of that?
Yeah,
The house is going to be...
Yeah, the house is going to be 300 feet from the road,
Yeah.
and then the pond's going to be immediately behind it.
So it's not in the back or somewhere up in the top of...
This area here?
Right.
No.
Okay.
It's about right in the middle of that L shape, reversed out.
Where's the dirt moving to?
It's going to go to this lot right here.
That lot?
Yep.
Big parcel there.
Okay. Did you have other things you wanted to present related to that, other than that question?
No, I don't. Unless there's any other questions.
Any questions? Okay. Thank you. You have a motion then? Oh, does anyone else like to speak on this matter? No one raised their hand to be sworn in, so I knew that wasn't the case.
Just wanted to hear your voice. I'll make a motion for a variance request for the removal of excavated soil from the principal lot to an off-site location for the property located at 3608 Herr Road, parcel 78299194.
Second.
Motion and a second?
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. Lamont?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
A motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Okay, Mr. Lamont?
Yes.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Adjourn. Not bad.
That was even quicker than I thought it would be.
Great holiday.
13 minutes. We should talk about next year. This next meeting. Voting.
March.
Is he staying?
We need to ask him.
Yeah, tell him to